Hey, have you ever thought that you weren't good enough because you did something or something happened to you that made you unworthy uh, to have a good life? Hey, I'm Gregory L. Henderson, combat Vietnam veteran, and I'm here, or we're going to talk about 4 facts that prove that you are good enough and you are worthy of living a peaceful, productive, purposeful life. Now, what I'm talking about is you may be, you may have been in combat, or even if you weren't, you're in the military, and you may have done something, said something, or whatever that you may feel now that because of that, you're that's why you're having all these problems and issues in your life. Well, I want you to understand that you are good enough. I mean, just plain and simple. You have to understand that. You have to believe that. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 facts that say you are good enough. The first fact is you see these fingerprints or this palm, and I have my fingerprints up. We'll turn it around. Look at your fingerprints. You see those fingerprints there? Well, guess what? You're the only one on the planet that has those identical fingerprints. That's pretty special, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, if that isn't enough, the second thing is that let's just say you go to the doctor's office to get a checkup, and they draw your blood, but they want to check your DNA out, so they put it in a DNA machine. This DNA machine, processes, and it comes up with a report of what your DNA strand looks like. Well, guess what? You're the only one on this planet that has that DNA strand. Okay, your fingerprints, you're the only one with those fingerprints. You're the only one with that DNA. Okay, here's the third thing. The third thing is, say you go to the hospital, they want to do an fMRI scan, which is a brain scan, and you go through the machine and it spits out a report. Well, guess what that report's going to say? You are the only one on this planet that have those brainwave patterns. Oh, unbelievable? Well, maybe, but it's not. So there you go. Your fingerprints, your DNA, and your brainwave patterns show that when you came out of your mother's womb, someone had a pretty special uh, plan and purpose for your life. God doesn't make any mistakes. God created you for a specific purpose and reason. Oh, don't believe me? Well, here's the fourth fact. God says you're good enough. And I'm fixing to read some scripture that tells you what God says. As the Father has loved you, this is Jesus Christ speaking. He says, as the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. Jesus Christ laid down his life for you and I, and he calls us his friends. We're joint heirs to God with Jesus Christ. I mean, he says, as the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. That means you. That special purpose, that special person with the fingerprints, with the DNA, and with the brainwave patterns that were made specifically for you. So don't forget that God has laid and prepared a plan and a future for your life. Don't give up on yourself, and definitely don't give up on God, because whether or not we keep our promises, God keeps his and never lies. So remember, the last chapter in your life hadn't been written yet. It's time, if you're not close to God right now, time to start getting close. Start looking and seeking the kingdom, and all things will come to you. God bless you. Hey, if you like what we've been doing here and talking about, subscribe to the channel, join the Facebook group, and you can book a call with me, and we'll discuss things that you may have questions about. So for right now, God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.